Alright, hey guys, so I finally decided to pick up a VR headset. This is the first time owning one. I went with the Oculus Rift just because it was a lot cheaper than the alternatives. I think the Vive Pro currently costs $1,400. I was able to get this for $340, and that included shipping and handling and taxes, so pretty cheap for a VR display. And I'm pretty excited to try out some of the games I already own. It says on Steam that I own 830 VR games, and that's just from being a game collector, getting various bundles and getting games sent to me from various developers. So it's about time I own a VR display so that I can check out some of the more interesting titles. I guess real quick, just to show what it comes with the head mount display. You get two little sensors that I can just put on my desk, which is pretty convenient. I didn't really want to put them on the wall. And then you also get the two controllers. These things look very small and flimsy, but they're actually very neat, and the technology in them I think is pretty exciting. So I wanted to just show off a little test demo that everyone gets for purchasing the Oculus. Okay, so now I'm gonna look like an android for the rest of this video. Kind of weird to me, but one cool thing I wanted to show you starting out is that it actually tracks where your controllers are. So if you set your controllers down, you can actually find where they are, even with the headset turned on, and then they turn into hands. And using these controllers, you can actually extend your fingers out, and I just think that's really cool that you're able to have actual hands in VR space, and it sort of tracks everything you're doing. This is sort of the intro tech demo for Oculus Rift, and I'm sorry if I hit my microphone, I just can't see it in the VR space. But here are my hands. It does a really good job of tracking anywhere they go. You can close your hands into a fist, you can lift your index fingers up to point, you can lift your thumbs up. So yeah, it's kind of interesting that you have VR hands in the play space. I can also pick up various items. So this little, I don't know what this is, but I can pick it up and bring it close to my face, and I'm sorry for hitting my microphone. And I can also put it in my other hand, and it flung away just because it's connected to a cable. But it's really cool because you can pick up pretty much anything. And since my sensors are on my desk, sometimes it has trouble sensing where my hands are if I reach down. But here is a drink, kind of cool. And all sorts of other stuff you can pick up. So sometimes I have to reach out really fast for the sensors to pick it up, but here's some sort of chip. You can throw it, and it goes wherever you want. And yeah, there's just all sorts of interesting things you can pick up and look around. So let's go ahead and start the demo. So I need to put that down. Oops, I just hit my table. And that should start it up. Hello, robot. Kind of reminds me of Wall-E. Hello. Hi. My own robot buddy. Alright, so it's giving me... Alright, so this might be harder than I thought. Might have to move my sensors back, but try one more time. Ugh. There we go, finally got it. I'm just hitting everything in my room. Alright, so that turned on a bunch of the monitors everywhere. Oops. I'm gonna be hitting all my tables. What is this? Oculus module. Alright, let's put this down here. Alright. No! This would be a little bit easier if I had an actual space to play this in, but there we go. I can make it work. Butterflies! Hooray! VR butterflies! Alright, let's take the next one. Put it in here. These are pretty cool. They're just like little music stuff machines, whatever you call these toys. But there's vibration in these controllers, and especially with this thing, this little rattler, you can actually feel the vibration every time you swing this back and forth, and it really does feel like realistic, which is pretty neat, I think. Uh-oh. And it just fell off down there. I'm not gonna worry about picking that up. Oops. Oh, this rocket ship one is really cool. Oh, I have two butterflies. Grab that. Okay. Okay, this is kind of difficult. There we go. Picked it up by the string. Alright. Oh! So if you pull the string, it'll start firing, and I can just like launch it. Probably grab it in midair. Let's try it one more time. This robot guy. Oh, yeah, I just think this tech demo is super freaking cool. Let's try a different one. I'm sorry if you can't see everything. I know my camera's pretty close. Oh, there's a gun one. I'll do that in a second. This one is like an anti-gravity test. I'm gonna hold this here so it doesn't fall over there. This one's like various stuff. Honestly, a VR game where you're just making a mess would be super fun. Just like picking up and tossing around a bunch of random objects. It's really cool having like the sense of depth. Like that's like the most interesting thing about VR is that like you have like a new dimension that you can play in. So let's try the gun. I thought I just deleted that box. Alright, let's get all these out of the way. Let's all these chips everywhere. Alright, now I got a gun. Ow! I found it really neat that it tracks your movement like super well. Like, before this, I really didn't think it would be this accurate, but it really sort of tracks the gun to like a very high degree, so like it does feel like I'm actually aiming at the targets, and it doesn't feel like I'm lagging or there's any like latency or anything like that. If I had focus, I think I could probably get a decent accuracy with a little bit of practice. Even the far ones, like, is there like bullet drop? I think there's bullet drop at the very end there. Alright, so that's the gun. Kinda cool. You can actually use both hands. I think there's one more. No? I'll use that one. I'm not sure what this one is. Oops. Hold on. Uh-oh, I broke the machine. Oh no. That's pretty much the end of the tech demo. It's gonna start destroying the whole world. Actually, maybe this one. Guys, so often I know there's a lot of noise. Goodbye, robot friend. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just really impressed overall with the quality of the for the most part. The screen, I will say, it's a little bit blurry. I wouldn't be able to play VR for long periods of time, probably at most an hour, although I would probably recommend only playing for like 30 minutes at a time. Otherwise, you'll probably get a little bit of like nausea or motion sickness just because it's not as clear as what it shows in the video. It's just like a little blurry. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like looking through glasses that you're not supposed to wear. Just a little like, I don't know, there's like a little blur effect. And before I end this video, I just want to show you, this is my little VR home. It's a very nice, like modern little space. You can teleport around and look around, and there's a little gun that you can pick up. Right now it's on the floor, and I'm not entirely sure how to pick it up off the floor, but you can shoot little targets. And also you have a little avatar that you can play with. That's what my avatar looks like. So yeah, it's kind of a neat little device, and I'm kind of glad that I purchased it. I'm really looking forward to trying out all the different VR apps and trying out Valve's VR, the freebie that they have set up. Oh, there's a little ping pong paddle that you could probably play with. So yeah, that's just a intro to the Oculus Rift. Sorry if it was hard to hear. My microphone was just like invisible to me while I was playing that. But overall, I think it's a pretty neat experience. And if you have a bunch of VR games already, it might be worth paying for. Otherwise, I would probably say wait off for it. I know they're developing some newer headsets like the Vive Pro, and I think they're releasing the Oculus Rift 2 next year, which should have higher resolution displays, which would be worthwhile for sure, but it really depends on how much they're going to retail for. But yeah, that was just a quick little demo of virtual reality and what I think about it. Pretty cool, although again, the display, like the resolution just isn't high enough for you to be able to see clearly. So it does have a little blur effect, and it makes it so you really do get nauseous after like an hour or two. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you think I should cover more virtual reality type stuff in the future. I don't know if people are really into it. The last I saw on the Steam hardware survey, only like 0.6% of people own VR headsets, which is extremely low. So I might not make a whole lot of videos on virtual reality just because I don't think a lot of people care about it, but I will try out the more interesting stuff in the future. So thanks for watching, and have a nice day.